Good morning, everyone. This is Reverend Jerry Hobby, and I am so happy to be with you this morning. Today is our wonderful Sunday. So we get to have our power talk, we get our power prayers, we have our leadership team with us, and we're just going to have a wonderful time. So I just want to take some time now and introduce you to one of the members of our leadership team, and he's also the coordinator for our Purple Heart app. And I just want to remind you all about that app because it is available and one of the best tools that are out there to support you, especially now with us moving through everything. I want to introduce you to practitioner Jim Thompson.
Good morning, Reverend Jerry and everybody. Glad to be here this morning. And you're right, especially in this time. There is power in prayer. So don't hesitate. Don't feel like you're alone because you're not. We're here for you, and I'm here for you.
Wonderful. Do you have a reading for us
I
today?
do have a reading. So this morning's reading comes from the Science of Mind textbook, page 525. And Ernest Holmes entitles this one Peace, Poise, and Power. Love this. Peace, poise, and power are within me, for they are the witnesses of the inner spirit of all truth, love, and wisdom. I am at peace within me, and all about responds to that great calm of the inner soul, which knows its rightful place in the all good. Power is born from within me and passes into my experience without effort or labor. I rest in security and peace, for the inner light shines forth and illumines the way. I rest in thee.
I love that. I really love that. And our theme this month is Unchaining Spirituality. And as we're unchaining spirituality, we're focused on freedom. And part of the process of moving through this thing we call freedom is having that peace and calm. And if we can focus on the peace and calm in the midst of the change, then what we will find is we're going to move through things with ease and grace. Jim, I know you've heard the story about me and my nephew who came to live with me. And when he came to live with me, one of the things that we said we would have him do is get up every morning and we would pray with him. And when we prayed with him, we would also remind him as he was walking out the door to go to school was to maintain his peace. That is what we continue to go to all the time. And I'm saying this for all of us to hear to maintain our peace because we're all extended family. And the more that we focus on maintaining our peace, it has a way of moving us through all the seeming difficult things, the frustrations in life. Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, you want to that's the most interesting thing because in my line of work, calm was extremely important. And for those that don't know, I worked in the prison system for 30 years. So keeping that calm in the face of adversity is it's priceless. It really is because they looked and I used to teach this at the academy. You want to know what rehabilitation process is? It's you showing up to work, doing your job, and being that calm in a situation that is in it's a veracity environment. There's all kinds of things going on, but if there's a steady element in there, it does create a calm. So your incident levels go extremely down, and everyone wants to be in your housing unit. To be honest, that's what I found is I had people who were putting in uh, bed transfer slips every day because they wanted to move into where there was that calm. And I didn't think about it then, but now looking back, it's like, well, yeah, of course, that's why they want it in there.
Well, we all want calm. We all want peace in our lives. We all want to feel safe in our lives. And if we start to dedicate ourselves to that, we will find that it is liberating, that it creates a space of healing for us. Our lives are going to shift in wonderful ways. And so that's the reason we are dedicated to spiritual practice and cultivating that in the world. That's the reason we say there is value in spiritual practice.
Absolutely.
And now we have our wonderful Patty Walton. Hi, Patty. How are you doing today?
I'm doing okay. I really am. How are
Wonderful.
you?
I am doing great. And what do you have a special reading for us today?
Oh, yes, I do. And it's from the Acts of Faith. And it starts off with if you're having a bad day, get another one and get it quick.
Like that. I love it. Is there anything else that goes with it?
Yes, today is a new day. And I refuse to get off on a I refuse to get off to a bad start.
All right. I love it. I love it. And you know what? Today is definitely a great day, and we can refuse. We get to choose. This is part of our freedom. I so appreciate that. Thank you, Patty. And we have our wonderful Catherine Redmond. How are you today, Kathy?
I'm doing fabulous.
Wonderful. And I see that you're in pink, and you even have pink hair. Is that pink hair today?
Yes, pink hair today.
Yes. I think
Compliments of my granddaughter.
you told me pink was your favorite color too.
Yes, it is. It's
Okay,
my signature color.
pretty.
Oh, okay.
So what do you have for us today?
Today from 365 Days Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes. It's a yearly wisdom, it's a full year of wisdom from Ernest Holmes. And today it says, I am radiant and the health with the health of God. There shall then shall the light break forth as the morning, and thine health shall spring forth speedily. And that's from Isaiah. And it says, whatever we identify ourselves with, we tend to become. Whatever we think about gradually becomes a subconscious pattern, always tending to manifest itself in our experience. Therefore, we should endeavor to identify our physical bodies with the spiritual reality that is the very substance and essence of the physical being. We do not deny the physical body, but rather affirm that every organ and action and function of the body is radiant with the perfection of God. There is an inner life of complete perfection on that identity ourselves with this perfect pattern for being, claiming its reality in our experience and continuously knowing that we are animated by the living spirit.
Okay, I love that. And I think your four-leggeds enjoyed it also.
Yes,
They
they did.
wow.
They like to help.
You know, the thing I love is you're talking about the perfect pattern. And
Hmm.
I always like to go back to reflecting on the perfect pattern. That perfect pattern is actually what we're talking about when we talk about the Christ. It is the energy and setting a new intention in order. That new
Hmm.
intention creating a pattern, a new way of being. And the blessing is that Jesus decided, and he said, you too will do these things and even more. And that's part of the pathway to freedom. That is part of the experience of freedom. And we get to choose and we get to get over things on a regular basis. And the more that we do that, then of course, we will experience more good within our lives. I so appreciate these readings. And they're all relevant in terms of who we are and what we're doing. And part of what we do is we believe in setting new patterns, and our spiritual practice does reflect that. Uh, the two tools that we bring forward that is so relevant and so important in this area has to do with our Power 8 prayer circles. When we come together, we talk about what's going on in our lives, and we have a facilitator there to listen and who's taking notes. Then we move into spiritual practice and we pray. That is facilitated twice a week here through Seat FM, or Spiritual Enlightenment and Truth. And you can find it when you go to our website. And one takes place at 12 noon on Mondays. The other one takes place at 8 p.m. on Wednesdays. So the information is there. And finally, the thing that I'm also grateful for is our prayer app. And of course, I've mentioned already that Jim is the coordinator for that project. And if you send in a prayer request, then of course we will respond to you. And we have a prayer team that prays with you over a 14-day period. That is astounding. So this is important. And the reason I bring these things up is because it's relevant in terms of unchaining our spirituality. It's also relevant in terms of our expression of freedom. It is a liberating experience. So I'm thanking you all for that. Thank you. So let's talk about what I like to share with you. And so my reading today will be coming from Your Invisible Power by Ernest Holmes. It's one of my favorite books, and I'm going to be sharing with you from the chapter, God, Your Silent Partner, which I love so dearly. And if you participated in any of my ceremonies, you'll recall that I make reference to God and company. It comes from this particular chapter. If you participated in a wedding, a renewal of vows, or any of my other ceremonies, sometimes I will make reference to that particular section. So it starts off like this. We are in partnership with the infinite mind. The name of this partnership is God and company, the supreme intelligence, the universal creative order, the dynamic law, and the all-perfect presence. This is God, the silent partner. We are the company. This partnership cannot be dissolved, for this union was never created. It always has been and always must remain. We're in league with the universe and this company with which we do business, having its center everywhere and its circumference nowhere, being omnipresent, is localized wherever thought and consciousness function. Wherever we place our attention, there the company is doing business. And wherever this company does business, there is divine activity. The activity of right ideas in the Father's business and the business of the sons and daughters. That is, the individual mind and the parent mind are one. And at whatever point we place our attention, at that point, the firm of God and company establishes a branch which is certain to be successful. God and company has no competitors. There are no goods so perfect as those we manufacture. There are no other patterns so attractive. There is no machinery so noiseless, perfect, and efficient. God and company, therefore, never deals with competition, but always with completeness. Whatever our thought is, there the company establishes its branch. Each branch carries an entire stock of divine goods, and we have no sense of monopoly on any of these goods. What mathematician would deny to anyone the privilege of using the principle that 2 + 2 = 4? or what musician would claim that the particular note he struck used all the harmony. For the mathematician's use of the principle of mathematics and the musician's use of the principle of harmony, and a principle is that which, no matter how much it is used, is neither less than or more than it was. It always refuses anything except exactly that which it is. And it is what it was. And it is what it is. And then tomorrow shall come, and it will be that which it is. With God in company, business is always good. To know this is to know the truth about one's business, to understand that it is exactly so about one's profession, and to know that activity, what that activity really means. Who would dissolve such a divine partnership as this? If we have a business which has no competitors and over which there is no monopoly, if we have a business that is always good, always active, if we have the intelligence to run this business, and if this business is really the business of living, then indeed we are successful. In actual practice, we must claim this divine partnership. We must claim that we are a member of the firm of God and company, that the business of life is good, active, happy, whole. We must learn to counsel with the silent partner and to the concept of his guidance. When we realize that our partnerships make things out of itself by himself becoming the thing that he must make, then we shall know that no matter what undesirable facts may be in our present experience, we can dissolve them for he can dissolve them for us. Thus, we transfer our burdens to the silent partner who has no burden and has no problems. So with that in mind right now, I'm going to invite you to join me by simply turning within. And as we turn within this afternoon, I'm just acknowledging the power and the presence of the divine. That presence that is alive and thriving, that is at every point of reference. It is the essence of life unfolding and fulfilling itself. It is that perfect pattern. It is that divine essence that continues to extend itself. And what I know about this essence is that it is fully present wherever I awake, wherever I take my attention. In those areas, I know the power of God. And I know that same power is fully present even in the areas that I am absent of. For I know that God is the divine presence that is alive in all things. And at the center of all things, there is the spirit of truth, there is the spirit of perfection, and that spirit of truth and perfection continues to reveal itself and expand itself and overflow in itself and its truth. So what I'm knowing is right now that I am one with this source, and that every single person that is listening to this prayer is one with this source. Only good can unfold, for that good is God's good, God's business, God's product, God's essence overflowing. So what I'm knowing is right now, as I hear these words, if God be for us, then who or what can be against us? No thing. And so what I'm knowing is this wonderful presence has moved and it's expanding itself right now, right where each and every one of us are. I'm acknowledging it right now within our scientists and our researchers those that are studying and looking for the perfect inoculation, the perfect vaccine. I know that and all the in between, there is the center of God, and there is clarity, there is wisdom, there is richness, and there is the healing power. So, what I'm knowing is right here, right now, each and every scientist, each and every researcher is lifted up to the place of the Most High. And in that highness, that frequency, only God can fulfill itself and only God can reveal itself in all things. I know that it is all inclusive right now, including COVID-19. And as I'm acknowledging this truth, I know that each and every participant here on this prayer is a divine vessel where the wisdom, the light, the love, and the presence of the divine fulfills itself through each one. I know that that prospering presence overflows, that there is a practical fulfillment of this divine law. And what I know about this divine law, that the spirit and the light of love is alive, thriving, and revealing itself. And that each and every one of us are blessed, that we experience the richness, the wholeness, the divine success of spirit moving and prospering itself. I know that that same presence is active in all relationships, and that the blessings of spirit continues to express itself, uplift itself, and it continues to unfold. I'm knowing in this very moment that there is the love of God expanding right now in all relationships, that the presence of the divine is that divine healing factor, guiding and supporting each person in strengthening themselves and their awareness, that their whole system of awareness is lifted up and it embodies that consciousness of love. Love as the healing power, love as that divine awareness of knowledge, and love expanded and overflowing as our relationship with life and everything therefore of. What I'm knowing is that the allness of the divine is alive and thriving. It is this divine presence that has already gone before us. It has prepared the way. And I know that in this preparation, there is only the light of good. So I just release these words right now into the action of universal law, knowing it is perfect and knowing it is good. And we all affirm together and say, and so it is. Amen. Just breathing that in. And I'm going to invite you to just gently bring yourself back here into this space. Open your eyes and smile. And I'm going to thank you for participating with us in this spiritual encounter, in this spiritual practice. I'm going to invite you to share this prayer with anyone that you know can benefit from it.
And by the way, while we're on the subject of prayer and wholeness, and that I would really encourage you to go to our website or your favorite web app store and download the Prayerful Heart, because every day there's a new prayer posted on there by one of our prayer team. And it is excellent. And it's a good way to just uplift yourself and just know that you are blessed and in God's favor all the time.
Oh, wonderful. And that's
Mm.
true. We do wonderful work with the prayer app. Please join us. And if you guys are liking what we're doing here in this community, I'm going to invite you to join us and support this community in a way. Your financial contributions do make a difference. There's so many ways that you can give. If you're comfortable in terms of mailing in your donations, please do. We're going to post that information. Is posted on where you can mail that. And if you are open to it, you can go to our website and I believe you're seeing the website right now. And if you click on that page, you can make a donation through the website or PayPal, and you can even text and donate to us. Your support really does make a difference in this ministry. It helps us develop programs. We have a new program that's coming out right now. It's going to be very important and support of many, many people in the world. And that is secret to my success is visioning. I think I said it right, Kathy. Is it the secret to our success?
It's the secret to our success
The secret to our
is visioning.
is vision.
Mhm.
This is going to be done in 5-week segments. I'm inviting you to consider participating in this program, but this is part of what we do. We develop programs like this and arm you with tools to support you. We're bringing one of our classes to conclusion right now, and out of that class, some wonderful things came forward. Um, we didn't know that we had some people that were entrepreneurs, and they've begun to recreate a new life for themselves by using these tools and gathering all the tools that they've learned, and they have been inspired to use and share with the world. So there's so many ways that you can engage. There's so many ways that you can support this ministry so that we can continue to do good work. I thank you all for being with us. Have a blessed week. Namaste.
Namaste and
Namaste.
Ashe.
Thank you.
Know your words have power.